Welcome back, YouTubers, to another TNA pay-per-view review with us, the British Fist.
Gotcha.
If you want to support us out there, you guys do this now on the street any way you can. That was really funny what we did there, wasn't it? I am Mr. Parkin, and this guy sitting next to me, I know you all love him. It's NJ.
What's up?
What's up, NJ? And what's up to you guys out there? Before we do this, though, make sure you guys subscribe up above, like this video, and put your comments on Hardcore Justice down below.
And please contact us in the link in the group box below.
Down below, of course, yes. Where do we start with this, eh? The opener, I guess.
We do, yes.
Yep. For the opener, which kind of surprised me, we had the X Division title match between Brian Kendrick, Alex Shelley, and Austin Aries. Now, I expected this to be higher on the card. I really did.
Yeah, again, the only good thing about this, it was a good opener. It was a good match to keep us going, because the way these all performed in the ring, they did flow on, they did had their action, so it did give us wanting to see the result of this match and the rest of the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I do feel these are good matches to start the card off with, but as soon as the this was announced for the opener, I was just like, ugh, Kendrick's retaining again. You know, I didn't want him to retain. I do feel this match suffered a little bit from the whole, you know, Shelley, Kendrick working together. But after it became an actual triple threat match, I feel the match did flow a little bit better and get a little bit better, and actually became in the end an okay match.
It did. I would give it a thumbs up because it weren't the worst of matches, but it weren't the best either.
Yep. The only trouble is Kendrick wins. We really didn't want him to win, did we?
No, we did not.
Why did we not want him to win, NJ?
It's just that he's not the greatest of wrestlers. Yeah, he performs okay, but again, he's just not the greatest of the three.
Yeah, we would really like to see either Alex Shelley or Austin Aries, especially going into Bound for Glory as a championship. I really do think them two can have a good feud. I really would like to see it.
But at the same time, as it's their first time going into a feud with each other, the title should not be involved just yet. So I think Kendrick winning was an okay choice. Not the best, but it's an okay choice.
Could have a point. Good opener.
It was a good opener.
Yep,
Yeah.
I just feel could have been higher on the card. But that's just my opinion. Next we have a TNA knockout tag title match between Mish Teschmacher and Tara and the Mexican America, Sarita and Rosita. And I thought to myself in this match, right, I might just into the loop. But it was a good match, wasn't it?
I'm not really a fan of, as I said many times, of the TNA Knockout Championship tag thing. I just think that's rubbish. But again, Tara's match was just brilliant.
Well,
she made the match worth watching, and she performed brilliantly against the other two.
Yep, and the referee, of course, sends, "You there!" I don't know why, because they didn't do anything, but NJ, come back. We need you in this review. Yeah, and like NJ said, I think the reason why this match was good is because Tara did most of the in-ring work. I don't really rate Miss Teschmacher as a wrestler, so I guess her having all the in-ring work was good for the match, and it went for a decent amount of time, and it was a lot better than I expected. It just overall.
That's it, yeah.
Yep. The next match we had was a Bound for Glory Series match. Yes, we got a Bound for Glory Series match on this pay-per-view. It was the Pope versus Devon. NJ, your initial thoughts on this whole thing?
The main thing before I get into what actually happened, Devon had been built up to look like he had big chance to win this.
Yeah.
He beat AJ, he'd been built with loads of points. So I kind of thinking, oh, don't make Devon win this.
I didn't want him to win either.
But the thing is, as the match went on, Pope started by allowing him to just lay down and Devon to get the pin. But
way to bury the meaning of the Bound for Glory Series tournament, eh?
It did, but luckily, thanks to Devon, he actually wanted to prove and win his points in a proper way, which was wrestle.
Yep, and we also had the BFG, the actual BFG, on commentary doing Bound for Glory Series match analysis. Matt Morgan as well. The match itself, it wasn't a bad match. I can't really buy into this whole Devon Pope feud. I like Pope, but I can't really buy into this whole Devon Pope. I just really can't. I don't know why.
But the match wasn't the best, but at the end it did show that their feud or their rivalry can continue after the match, so I guess it did its job for them to.
Yeah, I just don't like the fact that Pope thinks his relationship is more important than the actual Bound for Glory Series tournament. The match went for 9.5 minutes. It's just the crowd was fucking dead. It's just the whole night the crowd went dead pretty much, weren't they?
They did show themselves to be pretty dead.
Needs to get out that fucking Impact Zone.
But just like us, we didn't really care about this match, so the crowd dead during this, who cares?
Oh, Pope won, by the way, out there.
Well,
next, we had the TNA Knockouts title match, and we always look forward to a good Knockouts title match, don't we, NJ?
We do, very so.
We had two good things in this.
We had one, Mickie James.
Always a good thing.
Number two, in my opinion, was the title did change hands at the end of this match. And what's your point?
Oh, the fact that Winter's British and she's challenging
and that's
for a title.
another point, yeah.
Always love a title contender who's British. Number 90, not SummerSlam 92, British Bulldog, can't forget that. What do you think of this match, NJ? I personally thought there was too much interference. I thought that kind of hurt the match a little bit, even though it was okay overall.
I think, well, we had Mickie James, who was, again, the most likely to win this match. I think with the interference, it gave, one, the heel tactics going on, and two, it gave, as we found out, Winter the championship.
Yep, I didn't expect them to give Winter the title. I do think Mickie James is probably the best knockout they've got. I really do think they need to keep the title on her, but I guess it could be a bit more interesting now that Winter's the champion.
I think so, yes.
Their version of Lay Cool, it seems. She won in 9 minutes after spitting blood in Mickey's face. You know, what was all that about?
I don't know, but she did look injured after the match, so I'm just hoping she is actually okay. But again, the match itself, it was good to watch.
Yep, I always enjoy watching Mickie James, and Winter as well, for that matter.
That's
the Britishness shines in her. But anyway, next match was another Bound for Glory Series match. This is a special one between number 1 and number 2. Of course, it was Crimson versus RVD, and RVD had a little special guest with him this week, didn't he?
Jerry Lynn.
Yes, the guy who we had a match with Destination X and won, of course. Your thoughts on this match?
I was looking at it thinking, we're not going to have Crimson losing his undefeated streak to Rob Van Dam. Yes, Rob Van Dam's at the stage in his career. I'm thinking he's done loads of great stuff. Now he needs to, yes, continue winning matches, but also help other people to get higher in their plays. The match itself, I was looking at it saying, well, you've got a good performer, Rob Van Dam, versus someone that needs more wins, Crimson. So I'm kind of glad that it kind of led to the result of this match. Yeah, well, Crimson kicked out of a frog splash, and at that time I was thinking, oh my god, they're going to make him win. But I'm so glad they actually kept the Crimson in it, and actually, the problem is, the match was okay, it was going great. I really thought this match could have lasted a bit longer. I'd loved seeing the action between RVD and Crimson, especially Crimson's wrestling. It's just that, why do they have to make it end with Jerry Lynn interfering? I don't know. I don't really. Again, it showed that there could be something going on between Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn. Their rivalry could continue. But Crimson weren't happy with the result, so maybe anything could happen now.
Yep. So you have Crimson win by DQ. I really just want to see Crimson win clean.
He needs to.
Especially over RVD. You really should be putting him over at this point.
He should do. But again, I'm disappointed in that match, but I can only hope that something good comes out of it again.
I still think that this was just because RVD didn't want to lose clean to Crimson. Just knowing what RVD is kind of like in general. I don't know.
That could be it.
Minus 10 points for RVD, then it goes from 2nd to like 5th. Oh dear, Jerry Lynn, you're a bad boy. Bad boy. But anyway, next match we had was a 6-man tag match. Fortune versus Immortal. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Kazarian versus Abyss, Gunner, and Scott Steiner. Because he's so damn fucking slow, isn't he?
He is very slow, and it showed again in another match with him. It's good. The thing I liked about this match is you had the Immortal looking dominant throughout the match, and it was a shame that, in their eyes, Abyss had to let them down.
Oh, Abyss, bloody hell. You know what I liked about this match, NJ? One thing I didn't like about it was the build. I thought the build was it didn't feel like there was supposed to be a match between these two. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. The build just didn't feel right. And secondly, I love seeing Christopher Daniels and AJ, and I'm glad they were booked on this pay-per-view in some way or form, even if it wasn't a 6-man tag match.
No, but again, them two could go into a rivalry
I hope they do.
Later on. But the main point of this came after the match where we have Fortune beating Immortal with this what's it called?
The springboard Pele, yes.
Onto Abyss.
Loved it.
It's true, but we hit Abyss, and that eventually led to Immortal being really unhappy with Abyss, shouting backstage with Hogan and Bischoff. So again, that could lead to maybe Abyss leading to be a baby face, and I don't really see it, but the way he was looking like that, I was thinking it could happen.
He doesn't really have a baby face, does he?
Not really, no.
I really expected Christopher Daniels to turn heel in this match. I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get it because I really wanted to see a program between him and AJ, but I guess I'm glad Fortune won because I love Fortune. So there we go, good ending for me. Next match now. This is a bit of a difficult one for you, isn't it? Because you like both these wrestlers. We had Bully Ray versus Mr. Anderson in a challenge match. Ooh, what were your initial thoughts on this? Do you know what I thought, before you go on to that, do you know what I thought was great? I know he's behind me! I love that when he said that.
He was pretty clever. He just looked different in his open promos, which was good. Yeah. The match itself, it was kind of hard to decide who I wanted to win because they both had that arrogant and think they're the better man. But the way I wanted it, I wanted Mr. Anderson to win, basically because he's had a bit of a bad fall in TNA. He was the TNA Championship champion, and then he went down, and then since he lost it, he just went down. This match was a good chance for him to slowly raise back up, but they didn't give him the win.
Yep, I like the fact this match started off on the ramp and outside the ring for a few minutes. Kind of had a more brutal feel to it. Told a bit of a better story, in my opinion. The match went on for, I don't know how long it went on for. We didn't. The bell didn't actually ring, did it?
Not straight away, no.
But the problem with this match for me is, why do you make Bully Ray win? You remember on the last pay-per-view Anderson was on, he was winning the title. Then he joins Immortal. Then he loses the title. Now he's jobbing to Bully Ray, and I'm just like, how far down is this guy going to go on the card? I really think he should be in the main event. So.
And I'm thinking the bad thing about this is another bad thing, Dad. Yeah. This could have been his raise higher because he's just beat the big guy.
Yeah.
Bully Ray.
I know. It was an okay match. But it's just, I don't like it, the fact that Anderson lost. I don't know. No. Maybe it's just us. Maybe everyone else loves the fact that Bully Ray won. Who knows?
Hopefully not.
Next match then. Beer Money versus Mexican America. I'm glad this was just for the main event, because I do feel a lot of the times Beer Money do warrant a higher place on the card, especially the great tag team they are. I mean, they got a great reaction out of the crowd despite the fact they were fucking quiet most of the night.
That's the sad thing. We have to wait until the match before the last to get the crowd actually going
properly.
And that was a bit sad, because this is a pay-per-view, so we paid to watch something that we expect the best to come out of, and they saved it until this. But at the same time, you do expect good crowd reaction from Beer Money.
Yeah, you do. It does really show that TNA need to get rid of that. Get out of that impact zone, get out into other places other than Orlando, Florida. Really, doesn't it? The fact that
it would have helped.
Yeah, I know. What about this match though? Let's go on to this match. I personally thought this was a typical Beer Money good tag team match with them retaining. I really enjoyed this match. I love seeing Beer Money in tag matches. I just can't help it.
And for them to retain, I'm thinking that, yes, we talk about that they deserve single pushes, but I'm thinking at this particular time, they're going to keep showing their dominance and probably lose their championships to another deserving team.
I thought with James Storm's injury, they might make Mexican America win this. Also, with the fact that they might tease them going into singles, I expected Mexican America to win this, but I'm glad Beer Money win, because I'm a big Beer Money fan. Hopefully soon they will have a singles push, just not yet, obviously.
No.
All right then, so good match, Beer Money retaining. The crowd love it, we love it. Let's just go on to this main event then, shall we?
Here we go.
Because despite the fact this card was not the best, this main event had a real main event feel. You had interviews of Kurt Angle, video packages hyping up the match. So it did have that kind of, feeling of a UFC event, which you had, the one main event which everyone cares about.
It did, because this particular match is the match that everyone's been waiting for. So the past couple of weeks, it's had that build-up, it's had video packages, it's had speaking promos from both of them. So I think they built this up pretty well without them, as we said, touching each other.
And they played on their history as well, which is good, I feel.
That's very true. And now the match itself, it showed many good spots from each wrestlers. They did each other's finishes, which was good. You was thinking, well, when someone copies their own finish, you don't expect them to win, but it does add a lot of drama to the match.
Yeah, there were many near falls in this match. I did enjoy this match. It lasted 16 minutes. I think Angle really did make Sting work, which is what you kind of needed to do, because Sting can't go as much as he used to. Kurt Angle's one of those guys that can really make a Sting work. The only problem I had was with the ending. I didn't like the ending too much, because I just thought it was a typical, I'm Hulk Hogan, I'm going to go out there and hog the spotlight ending.
Well, with Hogan coming out with the steel chair, I was kind of expecting it, because he's had this big problem with Sting. So
Angle, too.
And Angle, but let's just stick with Sting. He's had this big problem with Sting, and Sting being big mouthing him and that. So I think the best thing Hogan could have done is screw Sting out of the championship, which he was going to if Angle didn't take the chair off him.
Yep, so Angle comes out, Hogan comes out, goes to hit Sting with a chair, Angle takes it off him, then he turns around and Angle hits Sting with a chair, and then puts the Olympic Slam for the win. Now, I'm glad Angle won this. I'm actually over the moon, because I know that Angle is one of those guys that whoever wins the BSG series can do a good job of putting him over. Do you know what I mean? As someone like a Crimson or a Gunner.
It would make a better match than Sting, because as we all know, Sting is not always the best in the ring. No. So for him to go against someone like Angle would make the match more interesting.
So it set up something good for Bound for Glory, in my opinion. I do feel, and Kurt Angle is probably one of the best wrestlers they have in that company, apart from maybe AJ Styles. So to give the strap to him, in my opinion, is a good idea.
It would be.
Yeah. The main event, overall, what do you think of this main event?
The main event, again, it was the match that everyone's been waiting for. It did live up to what we were expecting. It was just, maybe it could have been a bit more, not longer, but a bit more action-packed in that. Like we said about Angle winning the match cleanly on his own, but obviously he didn't stick to his word, but it was a good match.
Yep, so it set us up into a possible Bound for Glory thing. We also had a possible hint there for Sting and Hogan as well, which we probably will get a Bound for Glory now. NJ your overall thoughts on this pay-per-view and a grade, please.
Overall thoughts, okay. It was the match, like a match that we didn't really care about. It was like the Pope vs Devon and the Knockouts Championship, Tag Championship. The thing is, the matches did get better. Like we had the Fortune versus Immortal match was quite interesting. Beer Money, Bully Ray, the main event. So it did eventually get better as the card went on.
Yeah, the one problem I had with this card going in was the fact I don't think it was stacked enough. But the great thing about it is that we had a good main event. Beer Money obviously put on a great tag team match. Fortune and Immortal was a good match in my opinion. RVD and Crimson could have gone longer. I would have liked if it was clean, but I don't know. What about grade, MJ?
My grade, because of how it got better, and even though the ending of the matches didn't quite go well, I'm going to give it a C+.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a C+ as well, just purely on the fact that it was better than I expected, but at the same time, I kind of did expect a little bit more from it, especially that X Division match being on the open. So, shall we go on to the ending of this video, MJ?
Yeah, let's.
Alright, so that's been it from us, the British Fist. Reviewing TNA Hardcore just as usual, and we'll just say one thing now. Make sure you guys get your comments down below on the show. We want to hear your thoughts. And the next thing we always say at the end of our videos, isn't that right, MJ? And that is goodbye.